As we've been discussing over the last week, the WWE's been experiencing poor ticket sales and low ratings, undoubtedly causing Vince McMahon lots of anguish. If that's not bad enough, he's got more to worry about. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at how the WWE's investors are worried about the WWE, why Vinnie Mac's financial prowess has come into question, and whether it's all elite wrestling that is worrying WWE investors. One thing's for sure though, is that competition is creating chaos. AEW is giving WWE officials grief, chief among them Vince McMahon, who faces his first true competition in decades, even as the WWE's ratings and ticket sales continue to decline. For more information on the declining ratings, ticket sales and McMahon's response to these problems, please check out our videos on them. McMahon has responded to these problems, but no one knows whether his solutions will work or whether they are just moves being made to placate his shareholders and TV partners. McMahon's move in hiring Heyman and Eric Bischoff as the respective executive directors of Raw and SmackDown Live has people talking, not just about whether they can help the WWE, but what outside forces are influencing McMahon to take what is seen by some as drastic measures. Recently, executives from Fox, the network which made a $1 billion deal with the WWE to air SmackDown Live, asked for a meeting with WWE executives, reportedly due to Fox's officials' concern about SmackDown's declining ratings and the WWE's poor ticket sales. This move was seen as a serious concern on Fox executives' part since SmackDown Live doesn't debut on Fox until October. Now it appears that they aren't the only business partners expressing worry over the WWE's current situation. Since last April, Wall Street has been paying close attention to the WWE's fortunes, or lack of them, and their reaction has been harsh, leading to the WWE's Wall Street woes. The WWE has enjoyed a roller coaster ride on Wall Street since the promotion went public back in 1999. The stock surged in value around May 2018 when it jumped from around $40 and began climbing upwards until it hit a high of around $100 in April. While many reporters noted the WWE stock price's dramatic drop, this is nothing new. Analyst Andrew Bacholtz discussed the WWE stock's tendency to fluctuate wildly. Now, granted, the stock fall alone isn't catastrophic for WWE and their stock has a history of some big swings. It opened at $38.43 1 year ago, hit $96.73 in September, fell to $62.60 in October, and was at $86.78 a month ago. This changed when the company's first quarter report led to a dramatic drop in the company's stock value, and as of 28th June 2019, the WWE stock closed at $72.21. The reason for this latest drop in the stock's value was the WWE's Quarter 1 financial report. In April 2019, the website The Motley Fool discussed the WWE's earnings shortfall. The entertainment company said that revenue fell 2.8% to $182.4 million, missing estimates at $199 million. Revenue from live events and merchandise sales fell, which company blamed on temporary superstar absences. Increased investment in content weighed on the bottom line as the company reported an operating loss of $6.8 million, down from $21.8 million operating profit the year before, and posted a loss per share of 11 cents compared to an 18 cents profit in the quarter a year ago. Analysts have expected a loss of 2 cents per share. Following the first quarter report, the WWE stock dropped significantly, with MarketWatch reporting the stock's initial drop. Shares of World Wrestling Entertainment Inc., plus 0.01%, plunged 11% in pre-market trade Thursday, after the media and live entertainment company reported a wider than expected first quarter loss and a surprise decline in revenue. The company swung to a net loss of $8.4 million or 11 cents a share. WWE said domestic TV ratings for Raw and SmackDown fell 14% and 13% respectively, while average attendance at North American events slipped 11%. Executives cited the absence of top talent that negatively impacted engagement metrics. Like most businesses, the WWE has had its highs and lows, but in the past, Vince McMahon has been able to explain away the promotion's problems on injuries to the promotion's superstars. Given the WWE's success, McMahon's reputation as a wrestling genius has carried considerable weight with investors, allowing him considerable leeway when it came to promising things would get better. That no longer seems to be the case as Wall Street seems to be smartening up. and it seems that Mr. McMahon's excuses are falling on deaf ears. Mr. McMahon has repeatedly blamed the WWE's revenue drops on the same situation: injured superstars. During this year's Q1 earnings conference call, he explained why the WWE stock underperformed. During the fourth quarter 2018 earnings call, WWE management discussed the absence of several talent and their belief that these absences had a negative impact on the company's engagement metrics. Management believes that these absences continued to impact engagement in the first quarter 2019 as domestic TV ratings for Raw and SmackDown declined approximately 14% and 13% respectively, and average attendance at companies' live events in North America declined 11%. WWE Network average paid subscribers increased 2% and digital video consumption increased 23%. Looking to the future, management believes companies' engagement metrics will improve with the return of its talent, the emergence of new storylines and new superstars, and as the company launches a new season of WWE following a successful WrestleMania. The problem is that McMahon has blamed superstars' absences before for his programs ever decreasing ratings. Quoting from a Forbes article, WWE's problems with declining TV viewership, a lackluster WWE Network subscriber count and underwhelming live event attendance aren't rooted in a lack of star power, as the company has arguably more talent under contract than at any point in history. As fans and journalists have said for years, it's not the lack of major stars, it's the lack of creativity in using them in engaging ways. McMahon's reputation as a wrestling genius has certainly lost its stock, no pun intended. Just like young fans who smartened up to wrestling's work nature, investors have either familiarized themselves more with the way wrestling works or simply recognized the same tired excuses from the WWE chairman. During an episode of the Wrestling Observer Live, Dave Meltzer mentioned, "You know the stock market is starting to figure out that things aren't good. I mean, in their minds, Vince is the guy. He knows everything about wrestling and he knows what to do, and they got this great television deal, obviously. And when they go on Fox, it's going to be a boom period. And now there's concern. There's concern about AEW. But the big concern is the falling numbers from the last quarter started a concern. I mean, the stock price did drop. Now people are watching closer and they're kind of seeing that it looks like it's falling even more. And you need new stuff to tell the stock people. That's why they're bringing in guys." As we discussed in an earlier video, there's some question as to how much of McMahon's recent reactions to the WWE's woes and AEW success is window dressing designed to appeal to investors and business partners. As we've just shown, McMahon's go-to excuses might be seen as smoke and mirrors designed to keep thinking McMahon is the great and powerful Oz of wrestling, rather than a man who's become out of touch. Indeed, Dave Meltzer said something similar in this week's Wrestling Observer. With the investors' call being a month away and the promises that the house shows would turn around because they knew how to fix the problems, and the company would rebound when the stars came back from injuries and neither happening, the timing of this announcement may be to pacify stockholders and curtail the recent stock declines. Fans can't help but wonder how much Vince McMahon has been keeping up on AEW, especially given his reputation for isolating himself from everything but the WWE. Meltzer questioned McMahon's knowledge of AEW's all-out sold event, and McMahon's reaction if any. What he was told, thought or knows or reacted to regarding the AEW ticket sales in Chicago is another question. Obviously, if he knew, it would have had to shock him that a group with no television and 2 announced matches was able to put on a show with a greater ticket demand than any WrestleMania he ever produced. The latter made no sense to anyone and certainly not to McMahon. He could have ignored it, but he also could have checked with the ticketing industry about the modern methods and gotten the sobering answer of what happened. With McMahon surrounded by a small army of sycophants, there's no telling what he knows and what his take is on the competition. As absurd as it may seem, McMahon not may appreciate AEW's potential as a legitimate competitor. Rather, he may be more concerned with the WWE's alarming drop in ratings and ticket revenue, along with his corporate partners voicing their concerns. However, what do WWE investors think of AEW, and is it really a concern for them? Although there's speculation that AEW is worrying investors, things haven't progressed past speculation. Actually, it's likely too early to tell how much of the WWE stock market problems are due to the company's overall drop in business, and how much investors are worried about the WWE's new competitor. Granted, All Elite Wrestling seems to be a serious competitor considering its financial backing, its upcoming TV show on TNT and its wildly successful live events, However, if it's taking investors this long to catch on to the WWE's tired excuses, there's no telling how much notice they're taking of AEW right now. It's cause for concern, but the primary influence will be the WWE's Q2 earnings report and whether the company's ratings and ticket problems continue. AEW will be a problem, but right now, the WWE's biggest problem is itself, something investors are aware of and the reason for the concern. But there you have it guys, why WWE investors are worried right now. Do you think they're worried about AEW, the WWE itself, or both? Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.